in these slums and marginalized areas during a women's leadership forum that coincides with a 16-day campaign on gender-based violence. The Canada Mathare Education Trust, CMETRUST, said women and girls need to be empowered to engage in male-dominated spaces as a way of tackling gender-based violence. The lobby group has also rallied the government to invest in young girls as pillars of the society and also help in counseling and treating of victims of gender-based violence. A report by the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights, KNCHR, from the month of September says 97 women have been killed, highlighting a spike in femicide cases.
All governments globally need to invest. They need to invest in girls at an early age. They need to invest in building these skills and confidences so they have the capacity to avoid risky situations. And they also need to invest in treating children and youth and adults who are victims of GBV, because that trauma will persist. And if we don't address it and treat it, it will create more social ills and more societal breakdown. It doesn't go away. It doesn't go away. And so I would say there's a chronic lack of investment in women's organizations, in women's health, and in treatment for traumas like GBV.
The reason we are doing this is to challenge the gender inequalities in our communities. These are the barriers that are hindering our girls from accessing, accessing school, accessing the leadership role, and also not being able to achieve their greatest potential. So as an organization, we've brought our girls together. We've invited different leaders, great women from different spaces to come and share their stories, their experiences, so that the scholars can be able to learn something from their stories and be able to, get into these men-dominated spaces, get to challenge the gender inequalities, the gender barriers in their communities, and so that we can have a transformative community.
One thing that I really advocate for, and I want to say again here, is make sure that your decisions today don't betray your tomorrow. As women, there's many more stumbling blocks than there are for men. And men will use everything they can against us to discredit us, to make us look like we're less than, or incapable, or inadequate. So make sure that your decisions today, as even before you decide where it is you want to lead or getting into that position, wherever it is, make sure that what you're doing today, or what you're deciding, will not betray you tomorrow.